Hello and welcome everyone to a brief summary of the second Soviet turn of my solo playthrough of the Barbarossa scenario of the game Blitz in the East, which was recently released by Vento Nuovo Games. It's my second playthrough of the scenario, and I'm doing a short summary of each player turn, and it ends at the end of turn 4, so we have basically 2 turns to go after this one. Actually, this is really a very brief summary because not that much happened. The Russians simply built back most of their forces. It's noteworthy that they were not able to build back any air force. Well, they might have built some air force back, but that would have gone at the expense of ground units, and I think that's what they really need now, because even if they had built back part of their air force, they would still be at a disadvantage against the Germans, because the Luftwaffe really is stronger in this game at this point as it was historically. In my previous video I said that the Germans could not activate the Iran card, but actually they could, because these two start active, as you can see by the tick symbols, the check symbols that you see there. So actually this one was active, which basically cost the Soviets 1 oil, as you can tell by this symbol, and they do have 1 oil left, but so perhaps actually they could have bought it back then. Yeah, they could actually buy that one back then, so I will still place that one somewhere. Other than that, they reinforced Sebastopol, the area around Leningrad, and one other thing that is perhaps interesting to tell is the attrition that did happen. There weren't any attacks because the Soviets did not buy the offensive chit, but they did have to suffer 3 attritional hits. Well, this is one I chose for the Soviet player because this is swamp area, which is called heavy terrain, along with mountain terrain. Forest is not heavy terrain, that is rough terrain, as well as one other terrain type which is also rough, but it eludes me at the moment which one that is. Anyway, in swamp and mountain or hill, you cannot advance by means of an attrition result, which means that the Germans on their turn will actually have to attack it. That is a possibility, and it also means that, ideally I would have liked to have taken any hits with the Soviets, but normally speaking, defensive strength is doubled in heavy or rough terrain, but since this unit is now disorganized, that actually does not apply. So it is an option to attack it, but it will cost them an attack. They will not be able to advance simply by putting an attritional advance marker there. Another unit I chose is this one. There wasn't much else. Well, as I said, I didn't want to weaken the defenses here around Leningrad, because this one is forest terrain, and had I put one there, they actually would have been able to advance the Germans on their turn. This one as well, I mean, it is forest terrain, but yeah, I figured it wouldn't be as bad as some of the other ones. And the final one is here. I mean, I had to pick some, didn't I? So basically, that sums up the Russian turn here, and the next one is the third German player turn. See you after that one. Thank you for watching.